The real power of a leader in the AI era: mental clarity. At 11 o'clock at night, a CEO sits alone in his office. 3 screens are open in front of him. Sales are falling in one, news about an AI competitor is in the second, and an urgent message from the board is in the third. The team is asking for answers, investors are asking for direction, and the market has no patience. But the biggest question in that room is not about data, it is about decision. Because in the era of AI, there is no lack of information. What is lacking is that calm mind, which can identify the truly essential signal among thousands of signals. This is where the fear begins. If every leader is intelligent and every company is using AI, then who will win, the one with higher IQ or the one with greater clarity? Today the corporate world is in such a storm where uncertainty has become normal. The market changes, the customer changes, the AI model changes, and the strategy starts feeling outdated. Microsoft's Work Trend Index 2026 report also stated that leaders are now re-architecting work, meaning what humans and AI will do is being defined once again. The Stanford AI Index 2026 showed a major gap. AI is integrating rapidly into the economy, but governance and understanding frameworks are not getting ready as fast. Meaning intelligence is on tap, but wisdom is not on demand. AI can give answers, but asking the right question is still the leader's job. This is where mental clarity enters. This is not a soft spiritual word, but the operating system of decision making. You may have data, you may have a dashboard, you may have consultants, you may have AI agents. But if the mind is scattered, the decision will also be scattered. Decision fatigue has become an invisible disease of leadership today. Taking small decisions throughout the day, the major decision becomes weak by night. Whom to hire, which product to shut down, which AI tool to adopt, which market to exit, everything feels urgent. But not everything urgent is important. And the greatest maturity of a leader is being able to distinguish between urgent noise and strategic truth. In the Indian tradition, many people associate Shravan with the spirit of listening, pausing and looking within. This is not just a month of worship, it can also be a reminder of awareness. The root Shru is considered to mean listening. But in leadership, listening doesn't happen only through the ears, it happens through the mind. A distracted leader listens, but does not capture. A clear leader speaks less, but maintains silence in the right place. The influence of Zen and Indian spiritual traditions on Steve Jobs is often discussed. For him, simplicity was not just a design principle but also a mind principle. Jobs removed clutter from products because perhaps he knew that clutter weakens imagination. The same thing applies to leadership as well. When unnecessary tabs are open in the mind, intuition slows down. Just as an overloaded laptop hangs, an overloaded leader hangs too. Warren Buffett's investing style also teaches this. The market screams every day, but Buffett does not trade on every voice. His strength is not just finance knowledge, but emotional discipline. Remaining detached in panic is part of his investing moat. This is where the Shiva metaphor comes into work. Shiva's detachment is not running away, but looking at things without getting attached. A leader also needs the same thing. You have to look at the crisis, understand it, but not let your own nervous system become a crisis. In the story of Samudra Manthan, poison came out first, not nectar. This is the brutal truth of leadership. When a company starts transformation, resistance, fear, politics and confusion often come out first. Nectar comes later. 𝐮𝐸𝐿𝐵 in leadership can mean that the leader holds the pressure and does not blindly hurl it onto the team. When revenue falls, the board asks tough questions, or AI disruption challenges the business model, panic naturally rises. But if the leader's panic spreads throughout the entire organization, the team stops thinking and goes into survival mode. A strong CXO does not swallow the poison, because there will be damage inside. He does not vomit it out either, because the organization will burn. He stops it in the throat, meaning he acknowledges the pressure, but processes it and converts it into calm communication. Modern leadership research also says that in high-performing AI organizations, senior leadership ownership and clear human validation processes are stronger, as highlighted by McKinsey's State of AI 2025. Meaning, in the AI era, a leader's job is not just to approve tools. He also has to define when to accept machine output, and when human judgment is necessary. Now look at the moon on Shiva's forehead. The moon is considered a symbol of the mind, and the nature of the mind is restless. In C-suite life too, the mind waxes and wanes like the moon. Sometimes optimism, sometimes fear, sometimes ambition, sometimes doubt. One email of praise arrives and the mind goes up. One bad review arrives and the mind goes down. A competitor raises funding and the mind gets disturbed. But if the leader undergoes an emotional swing with every external event, how will the company get a stable direction? Patanjali Yoga Sutra says, Yoga's chitta vritti nirodha. That is, steadying the fluctuations of the mind itself is yoga. In corporate language, this very thing is cognitive control. Even if there is chaos outside, let the decision room inside remain quiet. Inner stability does not mean having no emotion. It means not giving the steering wheel to emotion. The team reads the leader's eyes. If the leader's face breaks down, no matter how polished the slides are, trust gets weakened. Now understand the damru. The damru is not just a musical instrument, it is a symbol of rhythm. If the rhythm breaks in a company, the culture breaks. Sales speaks something else, product thinks something else, finance stops something else, HR explains something else. After the arrival of AI tools, this fragmentation can increase even more. Every department starts walking with its own bot, its own dashboard, its own automation. If the leader does not establish a clear communication rhythm, AI will multiply confusion instead of productivity. The leadership lesson of the damru is synchronization. The organization needs a shared beat so that different people work toward the same larger purpose. A town hall is not just an announcement. A weekly review is not just numbers. An internal memo is not just a formality. All these are the beats of the damru. Without these, information revolves in the organization, but meaning is not created. A leader has to communicate the vision repeatedly. People do not align by listening just once. They build trust through repetition. But the repetition should not be a boring slogan. In every communication, there should be clarity, honesty, and the next action. Now look at Shiva's form of change. Shiva is called the deity of destruction, but destruction here does not mean meaningless violence, it means renewal. Without the old system being removed, the new system does not find a place. This is the hardest line of corporate transformation. Many companies want to adopt AI, but they do not let go of old approval layers, outdated KPIs and ego-driven reporting. Then the AI tool comes in, but the process remains the same. The result is that the technology is modern, but the mindset is old. Accepting change does not mean running behind every trend. It means recognizing which thing has completed its job. Sometimes a legacy product has to be shut down. Sometimes an old leader has to be given a new role. Sometimes a habit that looks profitable is dangerous for the future. A clear leader does not make decisions out of nostalgia. He respects the past but does not let the future become a hostage. Now comes the mention of the third eye. Normal eyes see only what is right in front, but the third eye sees the hidden pattern. In the corporate world, data is like normal eyes. Sales numbers, dashboards, market share, NPS, churn margins, everything is visible right in front. But the third eye asks, what is the behavior behind the numbers? Why is the customer silent? Why is the team exhausted? When did the market shift invisibly begin? AI can analyze data, but strategic intuition is formed through context. It is a mix of experience, listening, observation, and mental stillness. Being merely data-driven can also sometimes become a trap, because data often tells the past, not the future's weak signals. A visionary leader does not ignore data. He listens to data and then looks beyond it to build the direction of the decision. This is the reason why the most difficult decisions in the boardroom are not always solved by a spreadsheet. There, courage, timing, and clarity are needed. Now look at this entire journey as the Shiva leadership framework. But understand this not as a poster line, but as a daily practice. S means silence before decision. Pausing for 2 minutes before taking any major decision, normalizing your breath and asking yourself, am I speaking out of fear or out of clarity? H means hold pressure. Understanding the weight of crisis, but not dropping it down by turning it into anger, blame, or panic. I means inner stability. Even if the market outside is falling, a competitor is shining, or AI is giving a new shock, let the balance inside remain unbroken. V means vision beyond data. Looking at the dashboard but also looking at the customer's eye, the employee's exhaustion, and the faint whisper of the future. A means accept change. Respectfully releasing that which is old and is now holding back growth. This model may look spiritual, but its use is very practical. Before a board meeting, before a hiring decision, before a crisis call, before a strategy reset, every leader will have to design his own inner operating system. AI is changing the external operating system, but if the inner OS remains outdated, a crash is certain. Today, intelligence is becoming cheap, AI creates summaries, provides analysis, and prepares presentations. But clarity is still rare. Which analysis is irrelevant, which risk is acceptable, which opportunity is a distraction, only a clear mind recognizes this. A mantra of the Yajurveda says, Tanme mana Shiva sankalpamastu. That is, may my mind be filled with auspicious and benevolent resolves. In leadership, this resolve is not just personal peace. It is a state of responsible decision-making for the team, customers, shareholders, and society. When the leader's mind is clear, less fear and more focus spread in the company. When the leader's communication is clear, people leave speculation behind and engage in execution. When the leader's vision is clear, the AI tool becomes not a slave, but a strategic multiplier. Therefore, the biggest leadership question of the AI era is not which model you have. The question is, after the model output arrives, who is sitting inside you, a panicked manager or a calm, clear visionary leader? Because in the coming times, intelligent answers will be available on every screen, but clear decisions will be made only by those people whose minds, even amid noise, will be able to handle their Damru, their moon, and their third eye.
This video has taught you something new. Or if you feel this information should reach more people, don't forget to like and share the video. Your small share can become valuable and useful information for someone else. If you have any questions related to this topic, or if you would like to share your opinion with us, be sure to write in the comment box. We read every question and suggestion from you, because your feedback inspires us to create better content. And if you want to keep receiving such interesting and reliable information about business, the economy, and the world in the future, then don't forget to subscribe to our channel GRT Business and also press the bell icon so that you get notifications of every new video directly. At GRT Business, we always strive to provide you with accurate, balanced, and reliable information. Our news and analysis are prepared based on information obtained from various news agencies, public sources, and public opinion. We make every effort to verify and validate each fact as much as possible, but in case of any possible error or dispute, the responsibility lies with the respective sources. Our only aim is to present you with a correct and trustworthy perspective so that you can understand any topic better.